Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizens, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madden. Moving on to our video. Yeah, so this is part two. Yeah, part two of SSP LLOYD McDonald. Why Chris Royal from TIVOLI Gardens killed this cop. And this is a man that was known to them. Is a man that socialized with them down by TIVOLI Gardens, because as a young police officer he was a bodyguard of Edward SEAGA. So SSP McDonald knew all of them. And to this day, there is no definite reason why he was killed. The only thing that we have heard that he was involved in drug dealing with Christopher Duduscoke, in which after SSP McDonald was killed and all kind of stuff, they said that he denied doing any form of illegal activities with him. They say it was gambling thing with SSP McDonald, and Colonel Biggerford was involved in it. I've never heard they have spoken to Biggerford about it. And they say at one time Renita Adams had a hand in it. But you can see that everything lead right back to TIVOLI Gardens, to where his initial career started when he was bodyguarding Edward SEAGA. Yes, and we just want you watch, you listen, you decide, and to show you that there's no honest criminals. So when you as a police officer think that you're teaming criminals, you can't team them, because they're like snakes. You cannot team snakes. Snakes will bite you. So that's why I'm the kind of person I am. Not because I have known someone before I joined the police force when I was a child, and that person involved in criminality. It's not that I would talk to that person. I'm not gonna deny that I know them. But the thing is that with me, once I know that you're killing people, I am not afraid to ask you. And that's how some people who I have known before I joined the police force, the relationship went south, because once I knew that you are involved in such things, no, I am not going to a part of it, because I don't believe in people supposed to be planning other people's demise. That's supposed to be done by the security force, the police. Yes, that's supposed to be done by them, not criminals. But so I want you to continue to listen to this series of SSP LLOYD McDonald being killed by Chris Royal, the brother of Christopher Duduscoke. And they say at the time Dudus did not, he was in the dark with the killing, and it was his brother Liberty. So I think that's one of the reasons why Liberty has fled Jamaica, because he know that he's marked for death because of SSP McDonald, because there's an information received and obtained that Edward SEAGA had asked that Liberty, yes, that he is placed to the departure lounge, because he was the one that after Chris Royal was killed, he was a part of the team that killed the police officers. Christopher Duduscoke had nothing to do with it, and that's why none of us was kicked out of TIVOLI Gardens. Yes. So you watch, you listen, you decide. So the man I said, boy, because McDonald was a rising star like police force named Bright, you know. You understand? So it was left others, you know, wondering why anyone would want to hurt a man whom they agree. And my man, him treat people easy still, you know. So why these men have to die? Seeing the superintendent of Donald Pusey, that, you know, the man where over 2 months ago he passed away. Yes, Pusey passed away over 2 months ago, and you know at the time, yes, you know Donald Pusey was, you know, he was saying, you know, why do these men have to die? That is, you know, when he was at the scene of McDonald, and he repeatedly asked he and the other cops stood on the turnover hotel side of Waterloo Road. So I near which one of them killed LLOYD McDonald, you know, and near this Chris Royal there, you know. So them say SEAGA dangerous man, you know. You understand? Because them kill Chandler near to Waterloo Road. I can hear the embassy. You understand? And this of them get dirt. Yeah man, dust them up man, straight departure down. You know, yeah, Madden our best friend. We love Madden. So I don't want to say them send him, you know. Send him. Yeah. So you know, other cops stood there at the turnover hotel watching the crime scene investigator at work around the patrol car with McDonald's body at the Devon Road intersection. Mackie was all unconcerned, said another cop. He never trouble people. Yet another policeman remarked McDonald is the most senior cop to be killed in the line of duty in recent memory. And he was the second police officer to be murdered since the start of the year. That was in 2004. 13 police officers were killed last year. That was 2003. Up to the time of his death, he was stationed at Mobile Reserve in East Kingston. Seething with rage over the killing of their colleague, the Jamaica Constabulary force put a crack team of detectives to lead the man on for the gunmen, and immediately posted $1 million reward for information leading to the capture and conviction. You know, that was just done like, you know, that was sure because because SEAGA visit the crime scene, you know, and you understand, because McDonald was like SEAGA son. So, you know, all of them things that the reward put out there, that was like for sure, because SEAGA have better plans with him and the police. And I said, no, I don't want a boy go to jail and them thing, and no worry about appeal process. I want him pay, I want him go to the departure law. Yeah. So, at that SEAGA tell the police, man, because that was personal. They man didn't have no forgiveness, you know, man. Yeah. So police reported that McDonald was shot dead by the pillion passenger of a powerful motorcycle. Apparently, as he stopped at the intersection in one of Kingston's most tranquil neighborhood. So you wouldn't even expect no gunman up this one and thing there. You understand? So McDonald drop him guard and him kill him. So residents of the many apartment complexes reported hearing 4 shots at first, then more gunfire. This was at about 10:05 p.m. I was watching the news on the television with my girlfriend when I heard the shots, one man told the Sunday Observer. I looked through the window and saw a bike beside the car. Then I saw the pillion rider fire about 4 or 5 shots into the car before jumping onto the bike. The men, he said, sped off down Waterloo Road towards the intersection with Oak Road. So the man, you know, Waterloo Road, if you know Uptown and them thing there, and you know, so Oak Road, right, they say, you know, Oak Road intersect, you know, no, Waterloo, whatever, I'm not even, yeah, we're taking a New Kingston. So right there, so, you know, you understand. So the men, them sped off on the, you know, and sped off down Waterloo Road towards the intersection with Oak Road. So I could tell it was one of those big bikes from the sound of the engine, said the resident, who added that the trigger man was wearing a white shirt. At the scene Friday night, a stone face, yeah man, Edward SEAGA, yeah, Peter Phillips, the National Security Minister, described the murder as a very horrible occurrence at which every well-thinking Jamaican should feel appalled. Edward SEAGA, he extended condolences to the McDonald family and the Constabulary and said that he was sorry for the loss of his friend, and McDonald was very close to him, and he personally will take care of this matter, and McDonald will not lose his life in vain. And then Peter Phillips said no, say, even with more obvious, it is more obvious to us now that we have to take the fight to the criminals. And at the time, you know, him have the Klansman gang over Spanish Town and Rick, half up on the people them. So in a release, Phillips expressed further anger, saying that the slaying of Mr. McDonald is a shocking reminder of the vicious intent of organized criminal network, which is becoming ever more brazen with each innocent life snuffed out. But even as Phillips spoke about the need to dismantle criminal network, some residents of the area expressed disappointment that the gunmen escaped because of what they said was a delayed response to their telephone call to 119, the police emergency number. When I realized what was happening, I dialed 119 and it rang and rang. I spent 15 minutes trying before I lady answer, one resident told the Sunday Observer. So then take 15 minutes to answer a call, you know, they man, they must get to man. So it's like, man, you know, that was, you know, and you know, America, you lose your work for that, but in Jamaica, hey, you know, and so like one thing there. So if someone responded from the first call, they could have alerted the police on the road to stop all motorcycle within a perimeter. The resident added frustration heavy in his voice because he said at the time, you know, the PNP defunded the police, the police force, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah. The PNP, them start defund, them from them coming up office in 1989, them start defund and dismantle the police force, you know. Start take with the resources, you know. Even at one time, I had to pay money out of my pocket, you know, to go up on crime scene, you know. I mean, never file back anything, forget about no money and them thing. Business people would have to help us at times if we go on crime scene. Sometime, you know, a taxi we have to take. And then that's how the bicycle squad start. We never get no recognition for even the bicycle squad. I know it's a part of the Jamaica Constabulary force. But hey, look, we just do it and we do it for the love. We never do it for the likes. We never get no commendation for it or nothing. But we're still here and we give thanks because it helped propel us to where we are right now. Because, and even give us good help. Because Bobby and I, we have diabetes, you know what I'm saying? So we give thanks to that. You understand? So, at the crime scene, you know, news of the of McDonald's death murder spread quickly as many of his colleagues and civilians went to the death scene and looked on in sorrow and all. He must be well loving, man. There's a black man in him, kill him with joking him. You know, you have some senior officer who stuck up on them, behave like, yeah, you see, you have a guy when you're Warren Clark. Him not a visa and him have to visit America virtually. Yeah, and I'm going to do a video about that. Yeah. So Warren Clark and all them guys there, they have to visit America virtually. You think say I'm a good guy and anything about them, and they're a big labor right activist, you know. Yeah, him did involved when I do the SEAGA to one them thing. You understand? So, you know, we talk about him. Yeah, so all him know him behave like him have something stick up in a film ass, you know, and, you know. In the figure, remember where I come from. While McDonald, you see McDonald and thing, McDonald talk to you, you know, as a colleague, but we in Clark now, sir. You know, you talk to him like him as some god, you don't know you're a man of Constabulary and thing, like you know, a man like Larry Sticky and all of them man they were and weird and you know all the way, you know, where police say a man one away and you just you call him by him first name because I hear him and him thing there, you know. You see my squad with him and Derek Champagne and him thing there and yeah, and Wayne Joseph and him and Wayne Joseph was my class captain and him thing there. So I see all them man one away, they don't know, I say boy, I go on Casey, I say Champagne, I say I go on Champagne. And with that, but you don't know, I see him public, I see him with other police. You don't know, I have to show him respect and him wrong and him thing, not because I'm a squaddy and him thing. You know, I say, I go on super and him thing. You understand? And I'm sure, I don't say what I'm thinking about now, sir. We ain't talk, yeah. See me out, see the guy, man, him a flying squad. You understand? And them just get DSP, you know. And I see him, you know, if you know flying squad, you know, when you enter the building in a flying squad, alright, you got a flying squad, straight out of the canteen. See me, I say, walk one Wayne, and the man say, Detective Constable Porter, we call him Wayne. It's DSP Warren Clark. And I say, okay, boss. I say, boy, I never know the DSP on your birth certificate. I say, my apologies, sir. From that minute I talk to him. Yeah, man, until realize now, so you have to visit America virtually. You understand? But I just say it go. So moving on. So one police woman dressed in civilian clothes broke down in tears. Hey, man, I was a girl yesterday. Yeah, you understand that? That was back then. I don't know if police still supposed to have it. Because I go to Jamaica. I have a virgin where I have a detective where we resign and come to America and boy man have to come back because look, it's when most police, no matter how much girl a man have a Jamaica, and it's when they migrate and come to America, them days are done in a man because when you live in America, I just work the home and them thing then I just different lifestyle. You understand? But some man that change, you know, like man like Flynn, Richard Flynn, him like him, the man that born up road, you know, man, the man that lied bad, you know, Richard Flynn, when you watch Johnny Blaze, the man that easy, the Rasta, believe you, you know, the man that can't, I don't think of all of the detectives will come over, I don't think Richard Flynn, like, only man gonna change, sir, he no change. You understand? The man that still moving up there, because the man that lie wicked, the man that, hey, the man that terrible, they come on to you lie, you know. I saw the man that like mercilessly, the man that had mercy when you tell lie. You understand? So I think Flynn on the police, but living in America was still behave like him there, Jamaica see me and them thing there. You understand? And yeah, I saw a film thing there. So the policeman broke down in the tears because I don't know lie they used to knock her and thing, and I call her name, you know, had to be comforted by Police Commissioner Francis Swabs and Superintendent Iona Ramsey Nelson, the head of the Constabulary Communication Network. 5 days I told the Sunday Observer that McDonald had spent 25 years of service in the Constabulary, was a quiet but firm officer who worked very hard, said Forbes. McDonald had just finished briefing some cops going out on night duty when he borrowed the patrol car and told them he would soon return. Mr. McDonald was a good policeman, added Minister Phillips. He was affable and jovial. It's a shame that he should die this way. Opposition spokesman and security Derek Smith, that I man by Derek Smith, the next brother, man. I never see a man who have a foot problem or hand problem and them thing. Like first minister where he have so much ailment. But Derek Smith not did it. Why the man live long still, you know, man. Opposition spokesman Derek Smith said the killing of McDonald further demonstrate that the country had plunged into abyss of crime and violence. The Jamaica Labour Party spokesman said SSP McDonald was among over 170 persons killed violently since the start of the year. In a release, Smith said the brazenness of criminals snuff out the life of a policeman of such rank and stature in the JCF is frightening and signifies that the authorities are not making any progress in effectively breaking the back of the scourge. The only person that would ever do that was Edward SEAGA, no other guy. Well, right now it come like the administration, yeah, I kind of do it, but I have to give Dr. Chow, because Dr. Chow are the man tough talking and him support the police. The only thing I want him to make sure and say all of the police them where, you know, work and the one and two little things, you know, on the street, you know, the police them are the active police them, you know, have keep and care. See all the police now, but I mean I tell you, yeah, all the criminals still in the police force, but we continue the journey, you understand? Smith described McDonald, that Derek Smith, and I described McDonald as a close friend for over 20 years, having met him as a member of the former Prime Minister Edward SEAGA security detail. In an unusually swift response, the human rights group Jamaicans for Justice yesterday called McDonald murder the second attack on the state and justice system in a week. McDonald's death comes at the end of the week of murder and mayhem, which also saw the murder of a witness in a case in the gun court along with another member of his family and the death of 20 other persons, the Jamaican for Justice said, and called on citizens to help bring the killers to justice. Hey, look here, them people have contributed to the decadence in Jamaica because they make millions. Karen Gomes get rich from supporting criminals in Jamaica. Millionaire, she become millionaire. You think that our doctor, being a doctor in Jamaica, couldn't make she get so rich? That she have all security 24/7. Hey, she knows say man, she knows the people, she knows the boy people want her, and even a criminal, because all the criminal them, like all from my community, to them is a joy, man. Them not care, it's a joy, for you go up a fear yard, and just do what they want to do with her and them thing, and them look here now when she dead, when them dead, them talk say, oh, in the rape with the right white girl there, I saw them say, I saw them do it in my community, So you understand? So she knows the same people them what she defend, and she knows the people them what she against, not like her. So she have 24-hour security and everything there. But I just saw it go and thing there. So we continue the journey. You understand? So that's what they are saying about lawlessness and so so we condemn the upsurging of violence in the country and call on law-abiding citizens to support all efforts to bring the perpetrators to justice, said Jamaican for Justice. Our policemen and women are the first lines of defense for the citizen for lawlessness, and an attack on them is tantamount to an attack on the justice system. Jamaican for Justice said. I fraud them, you understand? Them talk about a 2 month dog them. An NRA JCF issue I released yesterday describing the killing as an attack on the state, which was to be resisted by policemen and citizens. It is now time for law-abiding citizens of Jamaica to wake up, join the police, and take strong and resolute stance against crime and violence in this country. The attack on the police is an attack on the state, which leaves our security in a compromised position, making us vulnerable. It added to the members, even as we mourn, continue to be professional and courageous and resolute in the performance of your duties, remembering that Jamaica needs us more than ever, the JCF said. So so years after after them kill after Special Branch Police kill Chris Royal. So Lucius Thomas, the Commissioner of Police, the man they are more PMP than Michael Manley. Lucius Thomas plays a whole heap of brigadista in the police force. And I used to work in one of them in Winston Mellada. He used to the Olympic Gardens for years. Mellada, the first police station at Olympic Garden, and spent nearly 20 years there. I was a brigadista, big PMP and everything there, and changed his name. His name was Michael Robotham, and he changed it to Winston Mellada. Yeah, how many more? Because, hey, I say Jonestown come from, so all the brigadista program and all of the people and others who train. You understand what I'm saying? That's how me know. And then when we met him, I met his brother, who was a police to Robotham, who used to station at Constant Spring. Yeah, he was surprised to know, I know that his brother was a brigadista, but I just saw it go on him thing. That's why enough police are like me. Because the man is like, man, I'm get film thing them. Yeah. So I work with brigadista in our police force. Lucius Thomas did place in our police force because Michael Manley was Prime Minister then. He was on a Michael boy. You understand? So Lucius Thomas said he reflected on the murder of 3 cops within 5 hours in May 2005. So you see, after them kill Chris Royal now, the boy, the labor right them decide to them kill off police nasty them, all the boy no puss and all them thing there. You understand? So that's why we don't like them, man. All of them, that's why we love the departure lounge, Yeah, so Miller Line said he might departure lounge. Yeah, I know Miller Line, I wait for Miller Line, I walk house now in America, them thing there. I wait for film case to try, and then, they might give him the electric chair. I don't have a problem with that, because they're going to kill the man in the house with my teeth. So the slaying, described as a coordinated assault on the state, began on the night of May 3rd when 2 gunmen on a motorcycle shot dead Corporal Hewitt Chandler of the Protective Service Division at the intersection of West King's House and Waterloo Roads in the capital. And before we even go no further, because after that shoot, after the killing of McDonald, Chandler, and them, the labor them go on assault Zion Tree. That's what Zion Tree did, Yeah man, that's why I'm thinking, Delroy, you would lick him, man. Lick out Zion Shane, yeah, man. Lick out the whole straight between him two eye them. And the man in a ramp, man. That's why, look here. Police, yeah, sorry for the digression. If you make sure that once you reach 40, you do your colonoscopy, you know. Because if you have colon cancer, you did it, doctor can't do nothing for you. I just saw it go. You understand? So we'll continue the journey. Yeah. So about an hour later, you know, man. About after the police them lit down the boy them, about an hour later, gunmen traveling in a motor car shut up Crossroad police station, you know, and killed District Council Cano Brown. Because you know across the police them always stand up in front of the police station, and you have carib, you know, over the next side and them thing there. You understand? Crossroad are a nice good place here station as police. You know, then about 4 hours later, Inspector Lassell Watch of Motorized Traffic Division was shot dead when he stopped at a traffic light along Tower Street in downtown. Hey, that man was well loving, man. Lassell Watch, the man would have read far in the police forces, them boy, they never kill him, you know. So Corporal Chandler's killers were cut down by the police just on the scene. Yeah, because that was a Edward SEAGA. That was a SEAGA operation. SEAGA makes certain say a boy pay with him life. Because SEAGA say no one in God jail. Because although they did have a statement and everything, identify him as a killer. SEAGA did don't tell the police that don't lock him up. We want him to figure out the departure allowance. So that's what them do. So one of the killer was identified as Christopher Cook, also called Chris Royal, and Royal Blen, whom the police say is the son of the late TIVOLI Gardens enforcer, the notorious LLOYD Cook, better known as Jim Brown. So the reason why they call him Chris Royal now, you have to understand that criminal world, you know, because a theme father, Jim Brown, are all terrorists. You understand? The man are all the people, the man they kill, you know. You understand? Because he was the head for shower posse. So because I'm father, criminal background, I saw all the people, I saw him get the name Royal, you know. So in a criminality, you know, you have a royal criminal, you know. You understand? So it passed down to him. So yeah, he's like a prince, you know. Yeah, so I saw them call him Chris Royal, all nasty nigga. But hey, yeah, you know, sorry for, you know, but I just saw it about him because we love police, you know, we don't like criminal, you know. You understand? So at the time, the police suggested that it was Cook's killing that triggered the other attacks, which extended to the murder of security guard Richard Adams and Marcus Garvey driver and the injuring of a fourth policeman who was shot in the leg when armed men pulled up along his patrol car on North Avenue in Greenwich Town, Kingston 13, and opened fire. It is something that one can never forget, said Thomas in an interview. Yes, and that's a Lucius Thomas, and he said at the time, you know, Lucius Thomas was in the job as police commissioner for just under 4 months. So he might talk about it and everything. It was, he said, a tragic start to the start of the year in office. But rallying the troops turned it around for me to some extent, said Thomas, who spent most of his last 2 months visiting police stations across the island, including on Christmas Eve when he walked the beat in some rural towns. On Thursday this week, he will end his first year as police chief with the satisfaction that in 2006 of knowing that he has at least lifted morale among the constabulary rank and file, the men and women who to him run the police force from the standpoint of work, and his strategy was simple. He listened to them. Yeah, and I only police he was one of the best commissioner of police, you know, because yeah, he wasn't vindictive and he wasn't egoistic, and you understand, he's not a man where, you know, if you say nothing about him and him hear him transfer, him and him say, boy, oh, if I say nothing about Ellington, him send him transfer and put it out there. I saw the man stay there like baby, you know, yeah, man baby. Them feelings easy to get. Lucius Thomas, man say, boy, Lucius a rear admiral and him here. Him just, you know, him don't know him a rear admiral, so no business with the guy. He just want to live him life and him thing, you know. I just like one thing about if a man say boy, then call Ellington, oh yeah, man say, oh yeah, thief boy, you don't know, you know. He might drop the hammer on you, you know, like he use a hammer to kill a flyer, so he stay, you know. You understand? So Lucius said, I had promised on taking office that I would see my members, the rank and file mostly. Explain, Thomas, I make sure that I am here in in office at police headquarters, sometime as early as 6:30 a.m. It is a free period where you can walk in, and I see people coming from as far as Westmoreland. That free period, he said, runs up to about 8:30 and sometimes 9 a.m. It means that the person doesn't have to take up the telephone, call my secretary and ask for an appointment. It is a one-on-one confidential discussion. Thomas' affinity for the police rank and file is rooted in his upbringing and experience coming through the ranks over 35 years. The more than 100-year-old Jamaica Constabulary force, he said, is a status-driven organization which tends to ignore members who have no rank. Those cops, he said, would have to beg to get certain basic things attended to, having grown up in the organization. I suffer some indignities myself, said Thomas. Wow. The behavior disturbed him because he said he grew up as a humble person from deep rural Jamaica, where you learn to respect everybody you come across, whether they have status or not. He said that when offered the police commissioner's hat, he saw in it a glorious opportunity to change the status quo. He said he has been successful to a point, giving voice to those who had none, providing a shoulder for them to lean on and being there in their time of pain, providing the counseling that is necessary, giving a word of advice, and most important, listening to those who want somebody to hear their cries. His passion, next to getting rid of corrupt cops, regaining the trust of the Jamaican people for the JCF, and equipping the police to investigate better and solve crimes, is to ensure that his staff has proper working facilities and that they are comfortable. Some of what Thomas wants to be done will require policy changes, but he is convinced that they can be accomplished and they will make a change for the better. Thomas raised as an example the issue of women police not being allowed to braid their hair. We are saying it is moderately done. We must change that policy, he argued. Given the environment in which we live, economics and cost of living, the woman can braid her hair today. For the next 2 weeks, she only needs to brush it. It is expensive to do her hair weekly. Chemicals affect some of them, so therefore we can adjust. He endorsed 150% the suggestion of service pay now being negotiated by the Police Federation, arguing that it would ease some of the pressure on his office for promotion. Under the proposal, cops' salaries would increase with their years of service rather than on promotion only, as in the case now. The bottom line, if service pay work, the constable with 15-year service won't be too worried about promotion because it will put him above the young man promoted to sergeant, Thomas said. We want to believe that it should be implemented by April, he added. More than 3 months after rampaging gunmen killed 3 policemen in Kingston, the police are yet to make any arrest, despite admitting that they have the suspect's name. So at the time they have Nuno Puss and some others from TIVOLI and terrorists them, they understand as the killers them. So the police them said, we have the names of the suspects, so we are just trying to find them. Deputy head of the Criminal Investigation Branch, George Williams, and them call him Mass Judge. Yeah, Williams was tight-lipped on the progress of the investigation when asked if citizens were cooperating by volunteering information. Said he would rather not say because it may put people at risk. On the night of May 3rd, in what has been described as a coordinated assault which began with the gun battle at the intersection of West King's House and Waterloo Road, 2 gunmen traveling on a motorcycle shot and killed Corporal U.A. Chandler of Protective Service Division. About an hour later, gunmen traveling on in a motor car shot up the Crossroad Police Station and killed District Constable Brown. Then about 4 hours later, Inspector Lassell Walsh of Motorized Traffic Division was shot dead when he stopped at the traffic light along Tower Street. At the time of the shooting, Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge Mark Shield said the killers were from West Kingston, but said any action by the police would be intelligence driven. Well, you see the reason why that never resolved immediately after them retaliate on the police station. Yeah, because SEAGA SEAGA did done his thing already, because Chris Riley and him didn't have anything to do with it. He didn't play no role after that. You understand? But in a normal situation and circumstances, yeah, the police force would us, if Mark Shees and my involved, let us go down to TIVOLI and you have to find the boy them and just give them preemptive strikes. Yeah, because so you deal with cop killers, you know. So no put that dead long time on him thing before Miller and kill him. But hey, anyway, him still got the departure long and him down at hell and him thing. So we give thanks. So to those of you who hate or like or love Edward SEAGA, SEAGA was a man who loved police. Whether or not you want to believe it, SEAGA was a man who loved the police. And yeah, and Chris Ryle killed SSP Lloyd McDonald and the late Edward SEAGA, make him pay with him life. Him and him friend, make them go at the departure loans. And so it go. And that we love, you understand? You know, we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel. You know, some Madden is our best friend. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel, out.